Picture this. It's a random Wednesday night. You open your banking app just to check something quickly, and your balance is way lower than you expected. You start scrolling, $14 for lunch, $22 for Uber Eats, $6 for a coffee, $35 for something from Kmart you genuinely cannot remember buying. You sit there thinking, where did all my money go? You didn't buy anything crazy. No overseas trip, no new phone, no big splurge, just normal stuff. And yet, somehow the money is gone again. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Recent data shows the average Australian household spends well over $4,000 a year on takeaway and eating out alone. That is more than $11 a day, every single day. And most people genuinely have no idea they are doing it. Here's the thing. Most people assume this is a discipline problem. They think, I just need more self-control. But honestly, that is rarely the real issue. The way most Australians have their bank accounts set up makes it almost impossible to control spending, no matter how disciplined you are. Once I understood that, everything changed. The problem with one account. Most Australians run everything through a single transaction account. Pay goes in, rent or mortgage comes out, groceries come out, BNPL repayments come out, random Friday night purchases come out. Everything flows through the same place. Psychologically, this creates a real problem because your brain only sees one number. Say you check your account and see $2,400 after payday. Your brain thinks, nice, I've got $2,400. What your brain does not automatically calculate is that rent is $1,600, the electricity bill is due in a week at $180, the phone plan is $55, and the car rego is coming up. That is already $1,835 committed. Your actual spare money is $565, but the account says $2,400, and $2,400 feels like a lot. That gap between what the number says and what it actually means is where the damage happens. The psychology behind it. This isn't a willpower issue, it's a wiring issue. Nobel Prize winning behavioral economist Richard Thaler spent decades studying what he called mental accounting. The way humans struggle to mentally separate money into different buckets, even when it would help them enormously to do so. When all your money sits in one pool, your brain treats it as one giant pile of spending money. Combine that with how easy spending has become. Tap your card, tap your phone, one-click checkout on the apps, Pay ID transfers that clear instantly. There is zero friction between wanting something and having it. And when spending becomes frictionless, your brain stops evaluating purchases properly. It just acts. The system that actually works. So here's what I started doing, and it is stupidly simple. I call it the two-account system, and it changed how I handle money completely. Bulk gets not because it required more discipline, but because it removed the temptation before it ever showed up. Account 1, the bills account. This account has one job: pay your fixed costs. Rent or mortgage, electricity, gas, water, phone plan, internet, insurance, any subscriptions, HECS, voluntary repayments if you're making them. Anything that hits on a schedule every month or quarter. The moment your pay lands, the exact amount needed to cover all of this for the period gets transferred into this account automatically. And critically, no debit card linked to this account. No tapping it at the bottle shop on a Friday. It exists purely to pay bills and nothing else. Account 2, the spending account. This is your guilt-free money. Groceries, eating out, entertainment, weekend stuff, coffee, everything flexible comes from here. And because this account has a clear, visible limit, something shifts psychologically. You stop guessing. You know exactly what you've got. Let's run the actual numbers. Say you take home $4,500 a month after tax. Your fixed costs look something like this. Rent or mortgage repayment, $2,000. Electricity and gas, $150. Phone and internet, $90. Car insurance and rego, put aside monthly, $120. Health insurance, $130. Streaming subscriptions, $40. Total fixed expenses, $2,530. So payday hits and $2,530 automatically moves into the bills account. You're left with $1,970. Out of that, maybe $900 goes into the spending account for groceries, eating out, and everything flexible. $600 goes straight into a high interest savings account. $470 goes into investing, super salary sacrifice, an ETF portfolio, whatever your strategy is. And here's the part that matters. Your spending account now shows $900, not $4,500, not $1,970, just $900. That single number is now your entire reality for the fortnight or month. No mental subtraction required. Why this actually works? This works because it changes your environment, not your willpower. There's a well-known finding in behavioral psychology. If a bowl of chocolates sits on your desk, you eat more of them. If the same bowl is in a cupboard across the room, you eat far less. Same person, same chocolates, different environment. Your behavior changes based on what's directly in front of you, not based on how much self-control you have. Money works exactly the same way. By moving your bill money out of sight into a separate account, you're effectively moving the chocolate bowl across the room. It's still there. You can still access it if you genuinely need to, but it's no longer sitting in front of you every time you check your balance, quietly inflating your sense of how much you have to play with. But couldn't I just track it mentally? Sure, in theory. In practice, almost nobody does this consistently because it requires running mental maths every single time you're deciding whether to buy something. Mental maths is exhausting, and your brain takes shortcuts under pressure, especially standing at a checkout or scrolling at 11 p.m. The two-account system removes the maths completely. You check one number. If the spending account says $180 with 5 days until payday, that's your reality. No subtraction, no estimating what's really yours. The bonus most people don't expect. What surprised me most wasn't just that I spent less, it's that I stressed less. When the quarterly power bill landed, it didn't feel like an ambush because the money was already sitting there waiting for it. When car rego came up, same thing. The bills account had already absorbed it. That feeling, bills handled, no surprises, is something most Australians rarely get to experience, and it makes a bigger difference to day-to-day stress than people expect. How to set this up in about 10 minutes. Open a second transaction account with your bank. Most of the Big Four and the online banks like Up, ING, and Macquarie let you do this instantly through the app, often with no fees. Rename the accounts, call one bills and the other spending. Most banking apps let you nickname accounts now, so do it. Seeing the word bills instead of an account number reinforces the system every time you check. Add up your actual fixed monthly costs, be honest, and include the annoying quarterly ones. Divide them by 3 or 12 so they are accounted for every payday, not just the month they land. Set up an automatic transfer for payday. Bills money into the bills account, the rest into spending, savings, and investing. Set and forget. That's it. No spreadsheet with 19 tabs, no app tracking every single coffee, no mental gymnastics every time you tap your card. Most personal finance advice in Australia comes down to the same 3 words. Spend less, budget better. And honestly, that advice isn't wrong. It's just useless because willpower is unreliable and everyone knows it deep down. Designing a system that works with how your brain actually operates instead of fighting against it every single day is what actually sticks. Once the system is doing the work, managing money stops feeling like a constant battle. If you constantly feel like your pay disappears and you have no idea where it went, try this. It takes 10 minutes to set up, and it can genuinely change how the rest of your financial life feels. If this helped, hit the like button. It helps the channel a lot. And if you want more videos on saving, investing, and building long-term wealth in Australia, subscribe. We're not just here to help you make more money. We're here to help you make smarter decisions with the money you've already got.